Hello, everyone. RPG King Kid here, back with some more Detective Pikachu Returns. In the previous video, we start off our adventure and we're making our way through our first case, the missing jewel. So, yeah, now we're gonna go check out the crime scene, see how it's like, and how it could possibly gotten stolen. This room is currently being searched by the police. Okay. Very helpful. This is the jewel storage room. Scene of the crime. Well, I already see Whimsicott fur or cotton there, so. Huh. Oh! What's all this? Pokemon feathers? Sure looks like it. They're scared all over the floor. And the window's open. Maybe a Pokemon got in. Or out through here. Do you think it has anything to do with this case? Look at this. One of these feathers is darker than the others. You're right. The other 6 are a lighter shade of blue. Something about this is nagging at me. Alright, well, we'll keep that in the back of our minds. Jewel storage room has been left exactly as it was at the moment of the incident. Inspector Holiday's already filled me in. Please go right ahead.
Yes.
Thank you. The jewel storage room. What is it, Pikachu? I checked out the door. There's no signs of forced entry. Then we can be fairly certain that the thief used the key to get in. According to Dennis, the room's where the Aurora drop used to be. Let's take a closer look.
Whoa!
What a beautiful jewel. So clear and sparkly. Absolutely brilliant. Green jewel. That fresh green color reminds me of the forest. Just looking at it is calming. This one's a blue jewel. It's a deep blue, like the ocean. It has a kind of magical feel to it. I feel like these jewels here are actually like I can't remember what they are in like the regular Pokemon games. Off the top of my head, I can't. They're like, you know, red shards, green shards, and all that stuff. But like, aren't the shards like smaller pieces of the actual bigger thing? I don't know. It's a red jewel. What a vibrant red, like a boiling hot lava. It's almost too bright to look at. This area looks more disturbed than the rest. Let's start investigating. Might find a clue. Right. Don't let any details slip past you, Tim.
Let me see.
Where should we look first? The base of the jewel case is firmly fixed to the floor. Yeah, moving the base doesn't even look possible. This is the only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the Aurora drop. The edge looks like it was sliced clean with a blade. What kind of blade could slice this cleanly through such a sturdy jewel case? Here's the blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belonged to was in this room? Maybe it's from the Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. Nothing else can be examined. There's some cotton on the ground. Looks really fluffy and soft. Cotton in the jewel storage room. What's a bunch of cotton doing in here? It looks like part of the jewel case. Based on the shape, do you think the top half of the case was cut off? Yeah, it looks that way. It's a really clean cut. Slicing it must have taken one serious sharp blade. I doubt a human could pull that off. More to examine? I guess I didn't examine it. Oh, the keyhole, I bet. Yep. The jewel case is still locked. Like Dennis said, the jewel in the case was stored under lock and key. The key to the case is a different key than the one the jewel storage room door. I wonder who has the key then.
Right.
Covered everything I was wondering about. Any other spots you want to check? I don't think so. I would assume we talked about everything.
Hey, Tim. Quit looking at my tail and start investigating anything that looks suspicious.
That's cute.
Hey, Tim. Quit looking at my tail and start investigating anything that looks suspicious. Okay, let's start deducing. Okay, let's start deducing.
Begin deducing. You've probably figured out how the culprit stole the jewel by now, eh? Alright, select begin deducing your case notebook.
Okay.
We have a few plausible theories. Which do you think is right? It's jewel stolen. The culprit hasn't actually stolen the jewel yet. The culprit may not have taken the aurora drop out of the jewel storage room, so they may be hidden in among the cotton fluff scattered throughout the room. The culprit unlocked the case and stole the jewel. The culprit may have used the key to unlock the case and then stole it. The culprit cut open the case and stole the jewel. The culprit somehow cut open the case and stole the drop. Yeah.
Okay.
From what we see in the crime scene, we can tell that the jewel case was sliced open. After that, the aurora drop was removed from the case and taken away. Right. And we saw that the jewel case was still locked, which supports that claim. We still need to investigate more to determine how the case was sliced open. But at least now we know how the thief got their hands on the aurora drop. Yeah, we've made our first step forward. Culprit appears to have cut open the case and taken the jewel.
Okay.
You understand how to use the case notebook now? Yep. Once I've got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel like it. After investigating the scene, we now know how the crime was carried out. We can be certain that the culprit sliced open the case and took the jewel from inside. There's just one thing that's strange. Oh yeah? Yeah, think, Tim. What's strange about the way that crime was committed? The jewel storage room was locked. The jewel was stored in this room. The glass was cut, but the door wasn't.
Oh.
The door in the storage room was open with a key, but the jewel case was still locked when it was sliced apart. That's right. So that means the thief only had one of the keys, the one to the storage room. He didn't have the key to the jewel case. According to Mr. Dennis, only he and Barnes can access the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm not so sure. Obviously, it'd be best if we could talk to Barnes ourselves, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Dennis about the lock on the jewel case. Right. After we wrap up here, let's go ask him. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Dennis. Sorry, I couldn't stand just waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It does appear that the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. We believe they then cut open the jewel case and took the aurora drop. So, I suspect the key doesn't... I suppose that doesn't help Barnes much, since he has access to the key. I have a question for you, Mr. Dennis. Who has the key to the jewel case? I have it right here. I always carry the key to the jewel case on my person. I've known Barnes a very long time, but I still won't give him this key. Okay. Security of the jewel case is my personal responsibility. Got it. So both Barnes and Dennis can access the key to the jewel storage room. But only Mr. Dennis has access to the key in the jewel case itself. That's valuable information, Mr. Dennis. Thank you. Really? I thought I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad to hear it could help. The Aurora Drop is meant to become a symbol of revival for Ryme City. Anyway, I'm counting on you, Tim. Symbol of revival. Let's ask Dennis about that later. The thief cut open the case to steal a jewel, but they had the key to get into the storage room. The only person who can access the key are Dennis and Barnes, so it makes sense that the police would suspect Barnes. If the key hadn't been used to unlock the storage room, Barnes wouldn't be under suspicion in the first place. Why would he do that knowing people would suspect him? Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. In any case, based on what we heard, or based on what we found at the scene of the crime, we can't be certain of anything just yet. We need to talk to Barnes and the other people in the mansion and hear what they have to say. Not just people, the Pokemon too. I'll interpret for you when we talk to them. Alright, I'm counting you, Pikachu. Okay, now that we've got our next steps figured out, let's start interviewing everyone right away. Interview the people and the Pokemon in the mansion. I already looked at this. This room's still off limits. Okay. Well, if they're still interviewing Barnes, then I guess we just talk to Growlithe. Only thing I can think of.
I see.
Taking you've heard from Mr. Dennis has to say. Guessing I was told you about this butler. He's definitely not pleased that Barnes is following his suspicion. But it sure seems that way. In my position, I'm not liable to share all the information we've gathered. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. Thank you. What was the situation in the mansion at the time of the incident? We are still looking into that. I'm sure you'll get more direct answers by asking the witnesses themselves. That's right. We should take this one step at a time and gather our own intel.
I see.
Inspector Holiday, I know this has nothing to do with the current case, but you want to ask me about Harry. Yes, the police have any new leads on my father's whereabouts? I'm sorry, Tim, but we haven't made any developments on the front. Oh. Well, thanks anyway. I still don't understand it myself. Harry was working on the R case when he went missing. So that's the reason that if you follow that thread, you'll find Harry too. The case has been closed and we still don't have a single clue. Seriously, where did Harry disappear to? Don't be discouraged, Tim. Look at how far you've come in the 2 years since you moved into the city in search of your father. You've become such a great detective that the mayor himself recognized you with a reward. You'll find Harry, I'm sure of it. In the meantime, I'll keep offering whatever help I can. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Inspector Holiday. Hello?
Hello there, Detective Tim.
I already suspect you.
Oh, I mean, Detective Goodman?
I suspect you. Larry Turner, newest staff member of the dance residence. Well, right there again! You're the newest staff member. Wait. You are the detective, right? That's what Mrs. Dent said, at least. The name's... Wait, that's not proper enough. Sorry, my name's Larry Turner, and I'm a member of this house staff. House staff, huh? Seems in over his head. If you need anything, let me know. I mean, please inform me if... You really don't have to be so formal with us. Thanks, that's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Uh-oh, is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Barnes deals with all the important guests. My main duties are taking care of the Pokemon, managing the house, and groundskeeping. And I can handle all that, no problem. I don't know. This guy isn't exactly filling me with confidence in his ability to do his job. Anyway, you want to ask about what happened, right? I mean, I already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just that I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of the blue and I blacked out. Something attacked him? So not the thief then? Can you please tell us more about Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. Right, so where to start? I was just doing my job like normal today. I made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning on the mansion, that sort of thing. I think I was tying the garden when it happened. I saw a Ducklet fly out of the second-story window. As I recall, I wondered where she was going. I mean, usually Ducklet just walks out the front door. Seems weird to me, so I went upstairs to see what was going on. That's when I saw that the door to the jewel storage room was wide open. If that wasn't shocking enough, the moment I went to look inside, I suddenly got punched by a Pokemon. Next thing I know, I was lying on a sofa and someone's treating my wounds. A Pokemon punched you? Yeah, I feel like I glimpsed a small red figure for just a moment. Based on its size, it couldn't have been human, so I'm guessing it was a Pokemon. Red Pokemon? Do you know what kind it was? I'm really not sure. It all happened so fast. I see. I'm so sorry that happened to you. But I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. That's what the doctor said too. No Pokemon would want to steal the Aurora Drop. It's possible that the couple or their partner Pokemon swiped the jewel and punched out Turner. So Tim, now that you've heard her story, what do you think? We need to find the duckling that flew out of the window and that red Pokemon too. Yep, you got it.
Excuse me?
Alright, so maybe you're not suspicious, never mind. Did you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Unfortunately, that's all I saw. I see. Can you think of any other details that might give us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular has come to mind. I mean, Mr. Dennis is such a nice person. I've never heard of anyone holding a grudge against him. I was really surprised to hear that Barnes is a suspect. You don't think Barnes is responsible? I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him. But honestly, I just can't believe it. Barnes is still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great co-worker with tons of experience. I mean, if you'd known Barnes before all this, you could never imagine him being a thief.
Excuse me?
Do you know anything about the stolen jewel? The Aurora Drop? I've never seen the thing. It's been shut up in that storage room ever since it was brought to the house. Of course I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's what's been causing all the arguments between Mr. and Mrs. Dennis lately. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Dennis says he's going to donate the Aurora Drop. Seems like Miss Dennis is against the plan. Okay, well, right there. Now, Miss Dennis is a suspect in my opinion. They fight about it almost nightly. Every night? It must really be a point of contention. I guess Mrs. Dennis just doesn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. So the Aurora Drop's been driving a wedge between husband and wife, eh? And is that Miss Dennis right there? Ask me anything you like. What makes the Aurora Drop a symbol of revival? 2 years ago, during the awe incident, my jewel shop suffered considerable damage. Wait, you were a victim of the awe incident? Yes, some Pokemon who've been exposed to awe went berserk. The rampage destroyed my shop, and to say nothing of the damage done to my jewel and the other goods. By that time, I already had the Aurora Drop. I kept it stored safe in the shop. So was the Aurora Drop damaged too? No, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. For all the jewels in my shop, the Aurora Drop was the only one to remain unscathed. In fact, debris fell so perfectly around the Aurora Drop that you might believe it was being protected. That's incredible. Guess there's some magic left in the world after all. Ever since then, the Aurora Drops became known as the jewel that survived the awe incident. People started visiting my shop just to see it. And thanks to all that attention, my business was able to go back on its feet. Sounds like a valuable jewel, more ways than one. What made you decide to bring it back to your mansion instead of keeping it at your shop? I decided to donate to Ryme City. Aurora Drop? But why donate something so precious to you? It's not just precious to me, and that's exactly why I decided to donate it. Mayor Myers has done his part in improving our city by declaring that the start of the Pokemon Friendship Week. That was about time I did mine. So I wanted to donate the jewel that survived the awe incident as a symbol of Ryme City's revival. I forgot that. Oh yeah, there's a whole Pokemon Friendship Week thing. So I'm going to assume that the game is taking place throughout this whole week. So it's like a 7-day thing. So maybe like 7 cases or something like that's going to happen. I hope that by doing so, I can help liven up not just my shop, but the whole city as well. Whoa, Dennis, I'm impressed. That's a wonderful gesture. I'm glad you think so. Not everyone is so pleased about it. Oh? Forget I said anything. I shouldn't burden you with concerns over such personal matters. For now, I'm counting on you to find the Aurora Drop as quickly as possible. Understood. We'll do everything we can. Growl. It's Dennis's partner, Growlithe. She sure doesn't look happy. Growl. Apparently she feels responsible. No wonder she's so down. Maybe she'll leave her alone for a while. Aww. Well, you must be Mrs. Dennis.
Yes? You certainly don't look like you're with the police. State your business.
Claudia Dennis, Sanjay Dennis's wife. We're detectives. Mr. Dennis asked us to investigate the incident that occurred here. Detectives? Oh, I suppose my husband didn't say something about that. Your husband? That must mean you're Claudia Dennis, Sanjay's wife. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind if we ask you some questions? I do mind, actually. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved. What do you mean? The police said that Bonds is behind all this. So the matter's settled. Oh yeah, no, she's the suspect. We've heard that he's under suspicion, yes. We can't be certain if it was Barnes who committed the crime. You sound just like my husband. But nothing you say will change the fact that Bonds is the culprit. Barnes' partner Duckler was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes. Did you witness the crime? Barnes' partner Duckler was involved in the crime. You look as though you don't believe me.
Excuse me?
Is it true that you witnessed the crime? Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly. Huh. But I did witness some irrefutable proof. What exactly did you see? At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Just then I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window. A bird Pokemon? Yes, I clearly saw a blue bird Pokemon. It had to have been Ducklick. No, not necessarily. We did find blue feathers near the window in the storage room. So those were Ducklets? In hindsight, she was obviously stealing the jewel. I also heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic. Metallic sound. Do you know what could have made that noise? No, I don't. But the storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose she must have broken something in the act. And I've heard it confirm that Ducklet's feathers were found in the room. Is that proof enough that Bonds is the culprit? She's very darn convinced it was her own theory. Well, all that's based on his metallic sound and the sight of a flying blue bird Pokemon. Pretty flimsy if you ask me. Yeah. I'm sorry, Miss Dance, but that information alone is enough to definitely prove Barnes is the culprit. Then hurry up and find whoever it is, and get that jewel back. Isn't that what my husband hired you for? Yeah, I guess if she's upset, she doesn't have to take it on us.
Excuse me?
Mr. Dance confirmed that Barnes is innocent. Oh, yes, I'm sure he is. He's always been too trusting, especially when it comes to Bonds. Those two really trust each other that much. I'm told Bonds has worked here for a very long time. Much longer, in fact, than I've known Sanjeev. Sanjeev? I suppose that's why Bonds is always taking my husband's side. What do you mean by that? Whenever my husband and I have a disagreement, Bonds inevitably sides with Sanjeev. Even though I'm sure he believes he's being impartial. That lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws. I get the feeling Claudia's not a huge fan of Barnes. Do you think that's why she's so sure he's the thief? It's also probably because she's the thief, but we'll see. I mean, I'm obviously that Clefable. It's probably her partner Pokemon, but yeah.
Excuse me?
Could you tell me more about Ducklet? Ducklet is Bonds' partner. She dotes on him tirelessly and is always by his side. You mentioned earlier that she might be involved in the case somehow. Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing? Yes, she even helps Bonds out with his shopping. She'd certainly be capable of making off with the jewel. Well, whether or not Ducklet stole the jewel, one thing that seems certain is that she really loves Barnes.
Yes?
The Aurora Drop is an incredibly valuable jewel. Mr. Dance told me the same thing. But do you really understand? Can you even comprehend just how valuable it is? Huh? I knew it. Just look at those blank expressions. Hey, my face always looks like this. As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands the true value of that jewel. After getting his hands on something so precious, why would he want to donate it to Ryme City? So you're against donating the Aurora Drop? Of course I am. Treasures like that aren't meant to be paraded about for the general public. They should be preserved for quiet observation by a select few. Hard to imagine her quality doing anything. Clefable, all ears for mansion gossip. Clefable! Fabe! Oh, it's Clefable, Mrs. Dennis's partner, apparently. Can I ask you a few questions? Fabe! Oh, what gives? Don't be so rude. What's wrong? Seems like she's really suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive about the incident here. Now then, Mr. Bonds, we'll thank you not to leave the mansion until further notice. Understood.
Oh.
Hey, sound like the police finished questioning Barnes. Let's go talk to him. Yeah. Oh, is that Barnes? Brandon Barnes, butler of the Dent's residence. How did it come to this? Why are the police so suspicious of me? Excuse me, are you Mr. Barnes? Who might you be? I'm Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Dennis has hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? My apologies. I'm Brandon Barnes. I don't know why I said Bernard. I work here at the Dennis residence as a butler. Do you mind if we ask you some questions, Mr. Barnes? I realize you must be tired since you were just questioned by the police. Please don't worry about that. If you've been hired by Mr. Dennis, then it's my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thank you. What would you like to speak about first?
Yes.
I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I'd finished my errands and entered the house that I realized something was amiss. I heard Tanner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewel storage room. So that means Barnes was the first witness to arrive at the scene of the crime. Did you see the thief or their partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Wait, if Barnes ran up the stairs, you'd think he would have run straight into the thief. If you didn't see anyone, could they have escaped from the second floor? Did you check the storage room? Yes, the door was already open. And when I looked inside, I saw that the Aurora drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Dent and the police right away. Is there anyone who couldn't corroborate your whereabouts at that time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterwards that Mrs. Dennis came out of her room to see what the commotion was about. And the only others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one could take witness statements from Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. Dennis and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the jewel storage room. Yes, we know that. Growlithe guards the key with constant vigilance, so I imagine it would be very difficult for anyone else to take it from her. I suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me, given the circumstances. But I would never do something so senseless. At least this confirms that only those two have access to the key.
Yes.
Ducklet is my dear partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. That's Ducklet with you there. Yes, isn't she adorable? Just like, look at her feathers, simply beautiful. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and even helps me out with my work. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Ducklet. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you out with your work. What exactly does she do? Let me see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans from a local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans. Nice. There's a place nearby called the Hi-Hat Cafe. Perhaps you've heard of it. She regularly goes shopping there by herself. If that's their go-to cafe, then it's gotta be the Hi-Hat blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that Ryme City's elitists have such refined taste. I asked her to go to the cafe today. In fact, she hasn't yet returned. Could she have been wandered off somewhere? Do you have any idea where Ducklet might be? Unfortunately, no. The feathers found at the scene of the crime are Ducklet's, right? Yes, no question about it. But I haven't the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow. I'm so worried I could hardly think straight. Of all the jewels in Mr. Dennis's collection, he considers the Aurora Drop to be his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say the Aurora Drop is the physical manifestation, the crystallization of Mr. Dennis's career as a jeweler. I wish nothing but swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. For someone who speaks so formally, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim, find the Aurora drop. I beg you. Don't worry, sir. We're on the case.
Well...
Based on Barnes' testimony, not really surprised the police suspect him. Yeah, only there was another witness at least. About that, aren't you forgetting something, Tim? Huh? Barnes told us that Growlithe and Fable were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Oh, right. Maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly. Can leave the rest to me. Let's go question them, Tim.
Tim. Yo, main Ectric! Working hard?
Stay out of my way.
Hey! What did I ever do to you?
That's actually kind of cute. What do you want, great detective? Have you finished questioning Barnes? Oh, no, anyway. We haven't finished gathering our evidence. Doesn't change the fact that Barnes is still a suspect. If you don't mind, could we ask you some questions? I insist, but I have no intention of sharing confidential information with you.
Excuse me?
Is the storage room key the reason the police suspect Barnes? Oh, so you know that much already. Well, no point in denying it. The only two people who can access the key are the homeowner and his butler, Mr. Dent and Barnes. I doubt Mr. Dent staged all this himself, which leaves Barnes as the only logical suspect. Following that, there were Ducklet's feathers at the crime scene, and Barnes' partner is a Ducklet. Clearly, Barnes used the key to get inside the storage room, then had Ducklet fly off with the jewel. That's my working theory. Duly noted. We don't have any decisive evidence yet, but we're going to find this Ducklet that flew the cube, and then we'll get the definitive proof. You'll see. Well, I'll be counting our investigation, or continuing my investigation. Suit yourself. We find any leads other than Barnes? Of course we are. I've already collected statements from every last person in this house. Mind if I ask what your impression of each one them was? Well, I suppose I could tell you that much. Mr. Dent seems rather shaken by Barnes falling on his suspicion, and his wife Claudia is reacting quite impudently. She's been approaching us repeatedly to demand that we hurry and wrap up our investigation. Ooh, that's gotta be tough. I almost feel bad for Brad. One of their staff members, Tuna, has been very cooperative with our investigation. He's told us a lot about everything that's happened up until he lost consciousness. I suppose that's all I can say for now. Thank you. We'll keep all that in mind. Police can question people, but they can't talk to Pokemon. Interviewing the Pokemon around here might help us paint a clear picture of what went down. Hey, still looks awfully suspicious of us. Let's try again later, okay? Hey, Growlithe. Sorry to bug you while you're already feeling down. Would you be alright if we asked you some questions? Growl? We're here to catch the thief. We need your help to do that. Growl. You're willing to talk to us if it'll help Sanji? Thanks. Sanji? Growlithe's nickname for Dennis, here, near as I can tell. Alright. So the name is Sanjeev Dennis. So I guess Sanji just makes sense. Anyway, Growlithe, can we start with the questions? Growl. Gotcha. As Dennis's partner, it's your job to guard the mansion. And we already know the key to the jewel storage room was around your neck. Growl. It's important to Dennis, so guarding is important to you. Makes sense. Growl, growl. She says she's never let anyone near other than Dennis or Barnes ever touch the key. Growl. Well, that's why you feel extremely responsible for what happened, huh? She's really got a strong sense of responsibility. Don't worry. The two of us are gonna crack this case.
Well...
Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? Growl. Don't know, because you were napping? Growl. What? The breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much and it made you sleepy? Huh. Been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? Growl, growl. You woke up when Barnes got home. That would have been right before all the commotion happened. When you woke up, your precious key was gone. Growl. Yeah, I can tell you're upset. Growl. You'll do whatever it takes to help us catch the thief? Thanks. We'll come ask for an assist if anything comes up. Growl, growl. She says Barnes is a kind and well-mannered person. He and Dennis are close, and she's never seen them fighting or arguing. Mr. Dennis really does seem to trust Barnes after all. Growl, growl. And Growl's like Barnes too. Judging from what Growl says, it's hard to think Barnes is a likely culprit. There hasn't noticed anything in Growl's testimony that could help us prove Barnes' innocence. Only one left to ask is Clefable. I'll do what I can to get Clefable to talk to us. Thanks, Pikachu. Probably can't deduce yet. I don't feel confident begin deductions yet. Hey! What? You think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? Got all wrong. We're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch the thief. Please, can you answer some questions? Hey? Yes, really. Come on, you can trust us. Hey. Yeah, help us out. I'm sure Claudia's bad mood will clear up too. Hey. So you're willing to talk to us. Thanks. Guess Clefable was worried we'd do something bad to Mrs. Dennis. About you, Clefable.
Hey.
You have a job here at the mansion? Hey. Oh, no job per se. Unless you count spending time with Claudia? Isn't it tough hanging out with someone so prickly? Hey! Claudia's not a bad person, you say? Sorry, didn't mean to be insulting. Hey. Uh-huh. So Claudia's always arguing with someone or another. But when it's just you and her together, she starts to regret the whole thing? Oh, I get it now. Job's to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Wow, you're actually pretty nice. I bet Clefable was important to Miss Dennis. Did anything strange happen today? Hey. Clefable saying she got real sleepy while playing in the mansion this morning. Okay. Hey. And she dozed off and doesn't know what happened after that. That's too bad. What do you think of Barnes? Do you get along with him all right? Hey. Claudia doesn't like Barnes, so Clefable tries not to have much to do with him. Hey. But she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says, Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah, it's gotta. Clefable, what else can you tell us? Hey. Clefable was dozing near the front of the door this morning. When Barnes got home from doing stuff outside, she woke up and greeted him at the door. Hey. Then Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor, so they both went running upstairs. And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. When Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the first floor.
Okay, let's start deducing. Great.
Then we need to make our deductions. Solve this puzzle, Tim.
Okay.
I've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment to get our thoughts together. Based on the thing we've heard, is there anything that suspects Barnes is innocent? So view the information we gather and see what we come up with. Barnes may be the culprit. He had access to the key. Barnes is the only one aside from Mr. Dennis who has access to this jewel storage room key, so he must be the culprit. Barnes doesn't seem like he would betray Mr. Dennis. Would Barnes really betray Mr. Dennis? They've known each other a long time. Mr. Dennis trusts Barnes immeasurably. Well, that doesn't matter. Barnes may not be the culprit. He returned to the mansion after the crime had occurred. When Barnes returned to the mansion, both he and Clefable heard Larry Turner cry out, so it's highly unlikely Barnes committed the crime.
Okay.
We learned that Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion. And Growlithe said she woke up at exactly the same time. Barnes and the others only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that mean Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. That would have made it very difficult for Barnes to steal the jewel. I'm not so sure we can prove Barnes' innocence with that alone. Yeah, can't exactly disclose that testimony came from Pokemon. No one believe us. It looks like we're going to need other evidence to prove his innocence. Yeah, I was about to say. We can't lift this suspicion on Barnes with Fable's testimony alone. I think we're going to need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. But where should we look for it? Nothing immediate comes to mind. Sounds like this is best to try investigating other leads. Might find a thread somewhere unsuspected that leads us back to this. To get closer to the truth in the case, we've got no choice but to find that Pokemon the witness saw. Witness report seeing a red Pokemon in Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewel case is the culprit's partner. It makes sense to think that, but not sure human was seen by witness. But no such human. Can't read. Having said that though, we might learn something if we find the red Pokemon. Let's head into the city and get some leads on that red Pokemon. I'm sure we'll be able to figure out what Pokemon it actually is. At this point, it seems pretty unlikely that Barnes is the culprit. But then, why did Ducklet leave from the second floor window? Seems unlikely that it's got nothing to do with the jewel thief. Finding Ducklet would be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head into the city and look for her.
Okay.
Looks like the only way to continue our investigation is to gather in front of the city. But where should we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't we try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go on for that than for the red Pokemon. Alright, we did hear that Ducklet was supposed to go buy coffee beans today. I'll bet she went to the Hi Hat Cafe. You're right, we should probably go search the cafe. Let's not waste any time, Tim. And everyone just stay still in this room. Ugh. Huh? You mean you won't help me? I understand how you feel, ma'am, but we're in the middle of an investigation right now. Yes, but what should I do? Looks like that woman has a problem. Sure does. It does have anything to do with our case, but it's hard not to want to help someone who's in trouble. That's the spirit, Tim. If we see a person or a Pokemon with a problem, let's do what we can to help them. That's what makes us the city's great detectives. But we do need to prioritize our current case. This is something we can help with when we have time. Alright, first let's see what she has to say. Good idea. During an investigation, people and Pokemon may request your help solving their problems. These people and Pokemon have blue speech bubbles. If you see them, try talking to them. Local concerns that you've agreed to help with are added to the list. You can check the list at any time by pressing the Y button. Keep in mind, some of these requests aren't necessarily problems in the strictest sense. Excuse me, may I ask what's wrong? My little pup's gone missing. Oh no, what happened? We were taking a walk together in Scenery Park. I guess Lillipup must have been too much fun. He got so worked up he took off like a rocket. I'm searching all over for him. Now I'm exhausted. The police officer won't look into it for me either. I don't know what to do. We can't just ignore this. That's right. Helping people is a detective's job. Find lost Pokemon even more so. We'd like to help you, ma'am. We're detectives, so we're pretty good at looking for lost people and Pokemon. Really? That would be a huge help. Can you think of anywhere your Lillipup might have gone? Well, I've always searched the park pretty thoroughly, but I haven't looked for him in the city yet. Oh, also my Lillipup likes quiet places, but I'm not sure there are any places like that around here. I think that's enough information for us to go on. Please wait here until we search for him. I'm so sorry to add to your workload when you already look so busy. But thank you. I hope you find my sweet Lillipup. If we see a Lillipup during our investigation, we should talk to it. Find the lost Lillipup. Loves to go for walks. When his partner takes him outside, he suddenly runs off. Let's look for Lillipup. So the minus button doesn't do anything yet either. So you're feeling better now. Who? Who am I? What do you mean? Just rescued you a little while ago. Who? It's forgotten the whole thing. Well, Peter are known for their forgetfulness. Whimsy. Cot. You seem happy. What are they talking about? They're saying that no matter how many times they visit this city, it's always bustling and full of fun. Suppose they witnessed anything? Certainly ask. I was about to say, I mean, they're cotton. Whim? Oh, you're right on seasonal winds that take you all over the world, huh? City seems even livelier than usual when the Whimsicott arrive. Whimsy. Oh, okay. Soon you'll be leaving the city to travel somewhere else. Whim. Oh, you like coming here every year because you can meet so many different Pokemon. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. Is this cotton yours? Whim whim. Yeah, the Whimsicott says it's theirs. We actually found this in Mr. Dennis's mansion. Don't suppose you've been in there? Whimsy? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. Come on, you gotta remember at least that much. Whimsy. Oh, this one does remember. What did it say? Thinks it remembers going to the mansion while playing with its friends. It thinks so? That's not a very clear answer. Yeah, let's ask for more details.
Hey.
So you might have been in the mansion, but how'd you get inside? Whim. You went through the window with your friends. Why would you do that? Whimsy. You don't remember anything after eating breakfast this morning. What does that mean? Please, it's really important. Just try to remember. Whimsy. Some human you don't know ask you to do it? What was the stranger like? Whimsy. Don't remember because it was someone you'd never seen before, huh? Now look here, you might be an accessory to theft. What? You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Think the Whimsicott may have been unknowingly involved in the crime? If they were, they're blissfully ignorant of it. After all, playing pranks is kind of their whole deal. This complicates things.
Hey.
Have you two seen any red Pokemon around here? Cot? Oh, Pawniard is red. And you've recently become friends with one. Oh. Pawniard. Yep, that would do it. Pawniard? It's a Pokemon with blades all over its body. It's true that Pawniard's pretty red. Whimsicott. You often run to Pawniard at the Terrace in Century Park. And on windy days, you play with Pawniard by picking it up and flying it around. Wham! They said they like to fly Pawniard all the way here from Century Park. Century Park is a big park just beyond here, right? Yeah, and the Terrace is way over on the far side. Maybe we can find Pawniard there. Do you remember when you last played with Pawniard? Whimsy. Oh, they've been playing together every day. Even today. In that case, we might be able to find it there now. Whimsy. If we go meet Pawniard, we should be careful about how we treat its favorite rock. It has a favorite rock? Whimsy. Apparently there's a rock at the Terrace that Pawniard really cares about. One time they accidentally stepped on it and then Pawniard got mad. Real mad. Oh, that's scary. We better watch where we step. I don't suppose you've seen Ducklet around, have you? Whimsy. Okay, I get it. You didn't see her. Whimsy. You didn't see her. I wonder where she went. Is those Pawniard's the red Pokemon we're looking for? Apparently, it's good friends with the Whimsicott that went to the mansion. So it seems pretty likely. It'd probably be fastest just to go meet it and ask. But we still have to track down Ducklet. Should we look for Ducklet or Pawniard first? Either's fine by me. You can start with whichever one you like. Thanks, Pikachu. Oh, here's Serenity Park. Jesus, I can't read. This place is huge. That's Serenity Park for you. Scott said Pawniard hangs around here. And the Terrace is our usual meetup spot. Shall we go look? We'll save that one for later. Let's go find Ducklet first. Or information on Ducklet, at least. Watch out! Watchhog, self-appointed city patrol. What are you up to? Dog. Watchhog's hobby is observing things around the city. In that case, maybe he's seeing something useful? Can't hurt to ask. Jog. Oh, you never get bored in this city's cave, as there are so many different people and Pokemon to watch. Must be fun having eyes like yours, especially since they let you see in the dark. Watcho. What, really? Jog. What's it saying? You gotta tell me too. Right, sorry. It says I saw Ducklet pass by here. She passed by here. She was probably on her way to the cafe after all. Jog. There's so many red Pokemon, you don't know which one we mean? Good point. Do we know anything else about it? Let's see. No, it's a Pokemon that can use a move to slice clean through hard objects. They can easily knock down a human with a punch. Watcho? You haven't seen any Pokemon like that around here. Alright then. These menu items are usually all different berries. So many choices, they can cater to many Pokemon's taste. There's a Trubbish.
Trub!
Trub?
Hey, wait up!
It's gone.
Oh,
It ran down this street, right? Let's follow it so we can ask some questions. I just hope we can find it. Huh? It's not here. It must be hiding somewhere. Well, no point hanging around here. Let's go interview someone else. Lillipup's so cute. Lillipup! Did someone say walkies? Oh, look how cute it is. Yeah. Say, Pikachu, isn't this? Yeah, it's Lillipup. May indeed be the partner of the woman we met in front of the dense residence. Let's ask. Hey there, Lillipup. What are you doing way over here? Pop? I see. Apparently he was having so much fun running around that he wasn't paying attention to where he was going. Next thing he knew, he was here. Just like that woman said earlier. Lil. Says he misses his partner. Okay, we're gonna go tell her and bring her here to you, Lillipup. Lillipup, I'm so glad you've been found. Pop pop! Thank you so much for finding my dear Lillipup detective. You're welcome. Glad we could help. Lil. You ran away because you weren't getting enough playtime, didn't you? Lil. Alright then, we can play together as much as you like today. Pop pop! So, guess that's settled. Yeah, it's nice to see them both so happy. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it does make sense that I'd want to, like, you know, do side quests, but there's like no experience or anything, so I was like, why would you, like, what's the incentive besides obviously, hey, feel good, and I don't know, maybe there's some kind of like a, oh hey, maybe you get like a secret ending or something like that if you complete everything, you know. Bum 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 bum. This is really bad. The boy looks pretty down. Sorry to bother you, but is everything okay? You look unhappy about something. Oh, you're the detective and Pikachu I saw on TV. Awesome, a detective's just what I need. Can you tell us what's bothering you? We've got a match coming up against the Tonti Park Soccer Club. Huh. Didn't know Tonti Park even had a soccer club. One of their members has a Scrafty as their partner, and they're so good. So I'm worried we're gonna lose. I want a partner Pokemon I can play with too. But I can't find any Pokemon that's really good at soccer. Gotcha. Sounds like we better search for a Pokemon with good footwork. Can you think of any Pokemon that can play soccer really well, Mr. Detective? None immediately spring to mind, but I'll be sure to tell you if I find one. Really? Thanks, Mr. Detective. Sure we can find a Pokemon that likes playing soccer. There's gotta be one somewhere in Ryme City. The soccer boy is looking for a partner to practice with. Find a Pokemon that knows how to play soccer. I'm trying to think right off the top of my head. It's a Pokemon that likes to, like... I guess, like, the only one I can think about is Cinderace. That's the only one I can think about.
Whoa!
Hi, Hat Cafe. Hey, there's Rachel.
Oh, Tim!
Rachel Myers, student at Ryme University. Hey, I see that Sinisty there. Jessica Miller, Rachel's friend. Wow, what a coincidence running into you here. Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are. I think I've seen this girl somewhere before. Oh, I remember. Howard's notebook. She's the girl from the photo. Yes, Pikachu. This is Rachel. We go to college together. She's the mayor's daughter. Right. You said she knows a lot about Pokemon too, didn't you? And she's just a classmate, or... See, this is why I don't like telling you about my personal life. I'm just looking out for you. I never hear you talk about actually having fun with people. Oh well. Anyway, who's the woman next to her? I know about as much as you do. I don't think we've met before. Hey, Jessica, have you heard of these? Of course. It's an honor to meet the great detectives. By the way, Tim, were you talking to Pikachu just now? What? No way. No need to be embarrassed. I totally understand the urge to talk with your partner. But now that you're here, why don't you chat with us for a bit? Yeah, sure. Boing. Oh, look at that. I see. Oh, hello. Oh, Contrabass. Now that's stylish. I think I'll give it a strum. Stop it. The cafe's open right now, you know. It's Pablo's piano. Tell you it's much time to play it when the cafe's busy.
Well, look who it is.
Pablo Millen, owner of the Hi-Hat Cafe. Ludicolo, cheerful cafe assistant manager. I love Ludicolo. Ludi! Looks like she's in a good mood as always. Do you think she might know something? She might. We can ask. Ludi! You say you've got an ear for rock now, not just jazz? Ludi! Apparently Politoad and his friends put on concerts here at night. Ludi! You really love that music. So that's how you went from jazz to rocker. I'd love to hear Politoad's concert sometime. Have you seen Ducklet recently? Ludi! She says Ducklet comes to the cafe pretty often. Pablo knows more about that apparently. Ludi! Oh, you sometimes see Ducklets at Century Park? Ludi! I see. So the pond water there is good for your fur. You meet Ducklet there sometimes when you go to bathe. How nice that you can tell other about good swimming spots. I guess water-type Pokemon get along swimmingly with each other. Oh, looks like Pablo's got some new coffee beans. Maybe tonight I'll come back by myself to try them out. Which means I'll be paying your tab, as always, so don't go overboard, okay? Milcery, rich with flavor and fortune. Meal. Oh, it's a Milcery. Hey, Pablo, got a new customer? Ugh, you mean this Milcery? It's new. Just started living here, in fact. Wonder what sort of place it's from. Meal. Oh, hey, hold on, Milcery. Both Tim and Pikachu have particular blends they prefer. Can't just add cream without asking. Meal. I prefer to keep my coffee black, but why don't you try some cream, Tim? Sure, it smells great. I'll give it a try next time. Meow. What's up, Jessica?
Pikachu must be working hard, huh?
Yeah, he's actually more helpful than he looks.
That's pretty impressive, Pikachu.
Come on, Tim. You could give me a better compliment than that. You seem different from usual somehow. Don't tell me that award my dad gave you is already starting to change you. No, of course not. I'm the same as I've always been. Are you sure? I mean, we don't really know each other that well. Maybe you have the wrong impression of me? No way. I've had my eye on you for a while now, Tim. Excuse me? Oh, does she mean what I think she means? It's like I have a front row seat to the great detective in action. It feels like an exciting new adventure can break out at any moment. Right. Did you get your hopes up for a moment there, Tim? Quiet you.
It is such an honor to meet you, Tim.
You're the thief!
Thank you for solving the R case. You have no idea what that meant to me.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. Why? How does it mean to you? I see news about your accomplishments on TV all the time. You're quite the celebrity. Celebrity? I won't go that far. No need to be modest. You're a great detective after all. Jessica used to work with my mother years ago. That's how we met, and we've been friends ever since. Oh, I see. But it's been a while since we met up like this. About 2 years, I think. We've both been so busy lately, there just hasn't been time to get together. I had no idea you became friends with the famous great detective. Were you surprised? Yes, of course. Hey, I'm the great detective. By the way, Tim, I work at a pizzeria in Bamboo Borough. If you're ever in the area, stop by. I'll treat you to one of our awesome pizzas. All right, you hear that, Tim? Let's go sometime. The pizza place where Jessica works is actually pretty famous. Sounds great. I'd love to go. I'll take you up on that offer. I'll be waiting. Tim, there's actually something I want to talk to you about. What's up? Well, it's about something going on at home. Sounds serious. I'm not sure how much help I'll be, but you can always talk to me. I don't want to waste your time, though. Don't worry about it. I'm working right now, but we can meet up tonight if you're free. Sure, that works. Thank you, Tim. Okay, then how about you stop by my apartment later this evening? Hey, not bad, Tim. But aren't we supposed to have dinner with our family tonight? Yeah, but this sounds serious. I can't just brush her off. Least I can do is hear her out for a little bit. Fair enough. I'm sure your family will understand.
Yes.
Good luck with your work. Thanks, Rachel. All right, let's talk to the owner here.
Tim. Hey, Tim. Jessica seems really grateful to us for solving the R case 2 years ago. Nice to know our hard work wasn't for nothing.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Tim. Something happened today. I noticed you weren't here this morning. Yeah, I got caught up in a new case. Oh, sounds rough. Do you mind if I ask you some questions? Me? Sure, go right ahead.
Excuse me?
You must have been really busy moving your cafe to this new location. Do you feel all settled in now? Yeah, feels like things are finally back to normal. I know Pikachu's been coming here on his own to drink your coffee. I hope he hasn't been causing you any trouble. Trouble? Me? I'm a paying customer. Won't you pick up my tab? Not at all. Cafe's way closer to your place now. Seems like Pikachu feels comfortable here. And the Hi-Hat Cafe always welcomes Pokemon customers.
Hey.
Butler from the dentist mansion? Yeah, he swings by the cafe pretty often after he's done with work. Barnes is a regular customer? Yeah, he loves coffee and jazz, so we've got plenty to talk about. But apparently he's been really stressed lately, so he hasn't been stopping by so much. He's been stressed, huh? Should probably ask for more details about that. Do you know why Barnes was stressed? Was he worried about something? Oh, well, I'm not sure it's my place to tell you about a customer's personal matters. Please, we're just trying to help. It's for Barnes' sake. Ah, so this is for a case, huh? Then I guess I better tell you. He's worried about the jewel that Mr. Dennis was planning to donate to Ryme City. Apparently Dennis has had a difference of opinion about that. Barnes was trying to come up with a compromise that would satisfy both of them. But he said he just wound up getting stuck in the middle of the argument. That does sound stressful. I remember him saying he wished there was no jewel in the first place. You wish there was no jewel, huh? Anyway, that's all I know. Hope it helps. Yes, thank you.
Excuse me?
Do you know the ducklet that lives at the dentist residence? Yeah, I know her. You're talking about Barnes' partner, right? Child that comes here all on her own to buy coffee beans. She really is a clever little Pokemon. Just like Barnes said. She always comes with this cute little bag that I fill with beans for her. As far as I know, she takes them straight back to the mansion. In fact, she left with her usual order a couple minutes ago. Really?
Okay, let's start deducing. Okay.
Did you figure out what Ducklet went after she left the mansion? Let's piece together the information we've gathered. She went to the Hi Hat Cafe. The most likely reason Ducklet isn't at the mansion is because she went out to buy coffee beans from the Hi Hat Cafe. She's actually still at the dentist's residence. It only looks like Ducklet's in the mansion. She's actually been with her partner Barnes the whole time. Now she was here.
Okay.
Didn't Ducklet go to the Hi Hat Cafe to buy coffee beans? Yeah. Apparently she goes there on a regular basis to buy them. It was one of those days. And Paula said that he handed Ducklet her usual off order of coffee beans. So I guess Ducklet headed back to the mansion then. She might be back there already.
Okay.
Let's head back to the mansion to search for Ducklet. Good idea. Well, we still gotta search for Ducklet, but we also have the red Pokemon to look into. The Pawniard. For now, I think... Do I want to keep looking for Ducklet, or do I want to go for the Pawniard? I don't know. But I think either way, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this part of Let's Play Detective Pikachu Returns. In the next part, guys, we will, I don't know. I honestly didn't think this case would take that long, but it looks like it's going to take a while. Maybe the next part we'll wrap it up, or maybe one more part afterwards. Oh, wait. What in the world were you doing? My apologies, sir. Did something happen, Brad? Ducklet was spawning in the mansion just now. But when my suborn tries to catch her, they left her escape. Oh, so Ducklet just gotten back to the mansion. Do you know where she ran off to? Unfortunately, I do not. I don't have the resources to keep searching. At this point, I have to call in the service of the Pokemon Protection Bureau. You, tell the inspector I'm heading back to the station for a moment. Yes, sir. Well, Brad and Manectric are gone. But still, I have no idea where Ducklet could have run off to. Where will we even start looking? Well, now what? Should we put the search for Ducklet on hold and look for the red Pokemon instead? Yeah, sure. It's better than just spinning our wheels. There's still places we haven't looked. Let's check them out. Well, I guess that actually answered my question for me, or not even question, but basically Flow told me like, yeah, no, you're doing this. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Detective Pikachu Returns. In the next part, guys, we'll look for the red Pokemon, which is Pawniard, and maybe we'll wrap up the case, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know, guys, what do you think of, how do you think this case is going so far? I guess it's probably going to end up being someone who's not someone that we've met. So it's probably going to be like whoever Pawniard's partner person is. So, but we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to the main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RBG Kim Kid Twitter, are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I'll see you all next time.